These three heroes received a huge buff in today's Marvel Rivals update. First up is Human Torch. His main ability, Fire Cluster, now has a higher projectile speed, going from 120 meters per second to 150 meters per second, meaning that his shots will now hit enemies quicker than they did before. His main ability also now has 14 pellets instead of 12, meaning that each shot has a higher chance of hitting the target if your aim isn't perfect. His ultimate now costs 4,000 points to get instead of 3,400, but it's way stronger, going from 70 damage initially to 80, and the actual Flame Tornado going from 100 damage per second to 120 damage per second. The second hero is Ironman. His main ability, Repulsor Blast, now does less damage on direct hits, but does more for the splash damage to the others in the spell field. Stage 1 and 2 direct hit damage went from 55 to 40, while the splash damage went from 35 to 50. Stage 3 direct hit damage went from 65 to 50, while the splash damage went from 40 to 60. They did the exact same change to his E ability, Armor Overdrive. The direct hit damage went from 55 to 50, while the splash damage went from 55 to 65. Before we get into the last hero, who do you think needs a buff or a nerf next? The third hero is Cloak Dagger. Her main ability went from 10 heals per hit to 16, which is an insane buff. Meanwhile, the spell field healing was reduced from 18 per hit to 16, which is a slight nerf, but it's not going to be that noticeable because of the huge buff to her direct hit healing.